How long have you been wrestling?
So I've been wrestling since 2019. I walked into the PCW Academy back in it was October, I think, September or October, just before the pandemic. Um, yeah, I walked in. You know what? I have the exact date written down somewhere. I think it's like the 13th of September or something like that. Um, but I walked into the PCW Academy and spoke to the coach. Um, was told to come back a week later because they just started beginner classes. Um, so I started on it was like a charity class type of thing. Like you train for 12 weeks and then you get a match, but it's for charity, and that's how I kind of got into it.
Right on. So who trained you?
Mm. So I was trained by a few people. Um, I was mainly trained by a guy called CJ Banks, who is a big British legend and probably one of the best wrestlers the UK has ever produced.
Okay.
Um, I had other like guest teachers throughout that time as well. So when I started in the September, I had CJ, I had Joey Hayes, I had Danny Ho. Um, Usually just a combination of those three. Like throughout the years, I've had mentors such as a wrestler called Shady Mattress, who you should all go check out, by the way. He's got a YouTube channel. Definitely recommend
Okay.
looking at all of his matches. Um, CJ Banks is no longer wrestling these days, but he is still coaching. Um, but yeah, like the main three trainers I probably had were CJ, Danny, and Joey Hayes.
So where are you from?
So I'm from West Yorkshire. I'm from Leeds originally in the
Yeah.
UK. Um, I grew up in Leeds, spent all my life there pretty much. And then when I was 19, like like almost 19, I moved to Preston, which is where PCW was based. Um, I told everyone I was going there for university, but I kind of knew there was a wrestling school there. And I solely went to university just so I could learn how to wrestle. Used all my money, like all my university funds, on wrestling really, because that's all I wanted to do.
What got you into wrestling?
So I've actually always been a fan of wrestling. I've always been a fan of wrestling. I have two older brothers who have been watching wrestling for years. Because I had two older brothers growing up and a little sister. Um, but my two older brothers were obsessed with wrestling growing up, and it was something that I grew up into as well. Um, there was
Catching it
the
live.
first. Sorry.
Catching it live. Sorry, I was gonna say catching it live must have been difficult because you have to go for Sky Sports and all that, right?
Oh yeah, Sky Sports. Yeah, like Sky Sports back then though. It was Sky Sports back then was easier to afford back then.
Okay.
Um, Luckily, I I was one of the luckiest people to have Sky Sports. Um, but I can't remember if it was because I was about 4 years old when I first started watching wrestling. I can't remember if it was free back then. I know Sky Sports was always like a big partner with them. Um, but I would always try my best to stay awake with my older siblings till
Yeah.
about 10 o'clock to watch SmackDown because SmackDown in the UK was at 10 o'clock at night. Um,
Ooh.
it was always a Friday. It was Friday night SmackDown, 10 o'clock at night. Was never old enough or allowed to stay up to watch Raw because Raw was live back then.
Yeah.
Um, and 1 o'clock in the morning for a 5 year old just wasn't going to happen.
No.
Um, but yeah, like SmackDown was the show I always watched. Then if I ever missed it, I'd watch because they'd have like a replay on early Saturdays in the UK.
Yeah.
Same time, except it was in the morning, so it'd be 10 o'clock in the morning. So if I ever did miss SmackDown, I was always the first one awake to watch it at 10 o'clock. I was always obsessed with wrestling all the time. Um, And my favorite wrestler from that time, and probably still to this day, is probably the Undertaker, which is where I get all my inspiration
That
stuff from. Undertaker for me was like my favorite wrestler. Like he was the coolest guy. He had the character. He had everything that I thought was cool. Um, like when you're a kid, you don't really look into it as do they perform this move well? Do they do that well? It was always just how that character came across to you.
yeah. You watch World of Sports?
I've seen a few shows. Like I have gone onto YouTube and watched a few shows. My favorite wrestler from back then though was probably Terry Rudge.
Yeah, he was
I
good.
I I watch so much of his stuff. Like I watch so much stuff for him. He just I feel like he was one of those heels who did a lot of different things back then, and nobody really appreciated the stuff that he did. Because as I get more into wrestling, I'm a I like to focus on selling and keeping things making sense. Um, like Terry Rudge, he had this really cool move, like this really cool move that I never see anyone do, where he whips his opponent into the buckle 3 times and then puts him into a lion tamer. He puts him into
Yeah,
like a walls of Jericho, and it just to me it's such an underrated spot because you work in the back
yeah,
and you're spending your heat working the back, and then to put into a submission where you work the back. I just think it's criminally underrated, and I think people need to. I feel like I'm going off the rails here a little bit.
no, no, it's ring psychology. It's pretty neat, actually.
Yeah, like I just think spots need to make sense if you're doing them. Like if you're doing specific spots and working specific areas, you need to make it make sense.
Yeah,
Um, like a lot of people I see nowadays is when they work heat is they'll do a strike here, a strike there. But like if your finisher doesn't revolve around those body parts you work in, or your big moves don't revolve around where you work
yeah,
in, then what's the point in
yeah,
doing that? So like for me, Terry Rudge was amazing at doing stuff like that. Like he's always working every area possible that makes sense for him and whatever match he's doing.
yeah,
Um, there was one match that he won off with a DDT, but throughout the entire match he was doing headlocks, chin locks, strikes to the head, like working
yeah,
the head, which makes sense. Um, so yeah, for me, World of Sport MVP has got to be Terry Rudge. I think he definitely deserves his flowers, and people should definitely be watching him.
yeah. That's a good pick. Because even I would have said like Johnny Saint or somebody.
Yeah,
So have you
yeah.
dealt with mental health before?
What was that? Sorry.
Have you dealt with mental health before?
Yes, yes. And I I used to struggle talking about it, especially during wrestling. Um, but for me, one of the worst periods of my life was probably COVID. Um, and it all evolves around wrestling because like wrestling, I had just discovered wrestling at this point, and I was maybe 6 months in. Then March came, then COVID happened, and
Yeah,
wrestling for me was such a big point in my life because I just moved away from all my friends and family. I was at university. I didn't really know anyone. Um, didn't really have any family there. Wrestling was something I didn't realize that I'd been missing in my life, and it was like a thing that helped me be a more confident person. I felt like I had a safety net. I had a nice group of people at wrestling. Um, there are people who I met on that first day who I still keep in touch with.
yeah,
Um, there were so many good people in that place, and then when COVID happened and places were shutting down, and all of my university friends had left, they'd moved out. I didn't realize how bad COVID was going to be, and I don't think anybody did. Um, so like I was living alone for a good 8 months, um,
that'll drive you
which
crazy.
yeah, it was genuinely one of the hardest experiences of my life, especially since I just turned 20. I'm still young. I'm still learning about life. I'm still learning what it's like to be alone, away from family and stuff. And then this whole thing happened. I couldn't go to wrestling, which was like when I'm studying and I've got troubles at unis. Wrestling was always like
The go-to
escape.
place.
Yes, yeah, and it always has been like wrestling for me. Even if I'm not wrestling, just being around the people who I've met in wrestling and just being in the environment itself is something that has always been like an escape for me because it's a fantasy world. It's you get to be someone who, when you're a wrestler, you get to be someone different.
Yeah,
And for me, it was always like I get to switch off from being Cal and I get to be in the wrestling world of someone else. Um, COVID really messed me up for a while, and I'll be honest about that. Because I was in really bad living conditions. I had a toxic person in my life who wasn't really doing it for me. Um, I had a lot of troubles during COVID, but then when wrestling came back, and it didn't just come straight back. It was gradually coming back when the rules were getting less restricted. Um, I definitely feel like my confidence was coming back, but COVID, it took me a good solid to get over COVID eventually. And I still think occasionally I'm still like, I wouldn't say recovering from it, but like if there's ever like a time where I feel like I can't get into the wrestling, if I can't attend a show, or if I can't do anything for a few weeks, my brain starts to cycle because I need that release, I need that escape, I need to be around it.
yeah,
Um, like even if I just go to a show, like I don't always have to be participating for it to affect me mentally. I just need to be around it. I need to witness it. I need to see it. I just
yeah,
need that like 2 hours to like switch off and just watch something that's like different from the real world.
yeah. That's why I attend so many new beginning shows. I
Yeah,
need that. I need that release.
yeah. And even just like watching it on TV isn't always enough. Like I need to physically see it. I need to be in the world like
Yeah,
physically.
I get it completely. So how do you cope?
I do my best to try get involved in any way possible. Even if it's like working stuff on social media. Because
Yeah,
like
I
social
see.
media,
You're so
as
good at that.
much as like I feel like social media has ruined wrestling, it also has its benefits.
Yes.
Um, like characters have pages, you can see what that character's doing. There's like developments. You can promote yourself. You can do stuff like that. Um, I've luckily been in a position where I haven't been out of wrestling for too long, if it unless it's been my choice. Like last year, there was a month. I think it was June or July last year. I didn't wrestle, but that was my choice because I just wanted to give my body a break. I wanted to just relax. Because sometimes, I'll be honest with you, sometimes it can be too much, especially since like when I was back in the UK, I was wrestling nearly 4 times a week, like, and that includes like my full time job, training, um, the gym as well, and then I had like 4 shows, sometimes more. Um, so being in Canada, and because I'm still quite relatively new to the country, when it got
Yeah.
to June last year, I thought I've wrestled for a bit now. Like I've done some stuff, but I'm exhausted. Like I just needed like a bit of a break from it. So I didn't wrestle for a month. I think it was like 6 weeks. I didn't wrestle for. Um, but I was still actively like involved with the world. I was still posting stuff. Um, because I also think mentally as well, you can't put too much time into it because if you only rely on wrestling as your mental health solution,
Yeah.
then you need something else as well. It can't just be wrestling. You need other stuff in life to keep you going.
Yeah.
Um, so as much as it was nice to like take a break from it, I did really miss it for those 6 weeks. But like I was still in a ring. Like I was still attending training as and where I could. Um, and I was still doing stuff just to be involved, like not physically involved, but just I was around, just to take a bit of a step back.
Yeah. What's the biggest difference from Canada to the UK?
Oh my God, like, well, the drama and stuff like that is still similar. It's the same. I think the drama's everywhere, no matter where you go in wrestling.
Yeah.
Um, I think for me the biggest difference is probably the amount of shows that go on. Um, in the UK, there is a show like nearly on every day of every week. Like I've wrestled on Mondays, I've wrestled on Tuesdays, I've wrestled on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. I've wrestled on every day possible. Whereas here,
It's
you
mostly
know,
Saturdays.
yeah, it's mostly Saturdays unless you're like a carnival show, which are quite. There's only a couple that I know of in Ontario, and I also think I don't think there's much going on sometimes over here. Like sometimes there is, and then sometimes there isn't. Whereas in the UK, there's always something going on,
Yep,
like all the time. All the time, something's going on.
yep.
Um, and it's easy to get to shows in the UK. Like I can just jump on a train and be there in 25 to an hour. Whereas here,
I
you
miss,
have to drive. You have to drive everywhere, and it's
I miss the transit system.
yes, yes, me too. Like, luckily, I have friends, family, and loved ones here who help me get around and stuff. But like,
That's
there
good.
was one weekend in the UK where I was wrestling Friday to Sunday. I was on 4 shows in these 3 days, and all of them were in different towns. Um, but luckily, you can just jump on a train and you can be somewhere in less than 2 hours in the UK,
Yep.
depending if you properly time it right. Um, but yeah, and I also think there's a different vast of talent out here. Um, there's what I've noticed in Canada is there's people from all over the place here. Like I've wrestled people from Europe here, I've wrestled people from America, Canada, other countries.
Yep.
Whereas in the UK, it is mostly just English and British people, unless you get your imports.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, it's definitely nice over here to see like a mix of culture from different people. Like
Yeah.
I've wrestled at least 7 different people from different countries while I've been here, and it's just
Yeah.
been nice to get a
Or
different
seeing
take of it.
another Brit,
Mm,
seeing like John must be nice.
yes, oh yes, it definitely is. And I definitely want to throw hands with John at some point. He's definitely someone who I want to wrestle.
Yeah.
Um, because I want to see what he knows, and I want to see what I can learn from him. Because I think he's been doing it longer for me, but I know he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah. I just
Um,
know you guys mixed it up in England prior.
I think we did we?
I think so. Shit, I may be wrong now.
I can't honestly. Like it comes to a point where because I've over like the last 2 3 years, I've wrestled so many people. Like the last 2 3 years have been my busiest ever in wrestling.
That's good.
Um, and there are just sometimes like, not to be rude, I can't remember if I've wrestled that person.
Yeah.
Um, there was one guy, I won't name him, but last week at a show I was on, he was like, "Oh, do you remember when we had this match?" And I was like, I couldn't remember. Like I had to go home and like check on YouTube to see if it was uploaded, and it
I
was.
see.
I did find the match, but it was a gauntlet.
Oh
We'd
wow.
wrestled in some type of gauntlet, yeah. Like, and I just did not. I didn't even remember doing the gauntlet. So like, I felt so bad.
What a workhorse.
Mm.
So isn't bagged milk weird?
Oh my God, bro! Trust me. Like I've been coming back and forth here since I was about 11 years old, and
Oh
I didn't
really?
even realize. Yeah. But only for like 2 weeks at a time. It was only like recently when I came here last year, and I was here for a lot longer than what I thought. But then I properly looked into it, and I didn't even realize that people have milk in bags, and I was like, "What the hell is all this about? Like, why is this a thing? Like, why can't people just use cartoned milk? Like, why can't you just put it in like a little
Yeah.
carton or something? Like, why is it in a bag? Why is
Or a
that a thing?
jug. Why don't we have jugs?
Yeah. Like even a jug. Like in the UK, I remember it's like a plastic jug with a little top on.
Aye, yeah, exactly. So what's an embarrassing song on your podcast or your playlist?
An embarrassing song on my playlist.
Yeah, if you have
Oh
one.
my God. Oh my God. I'm trying to think. An embarrassing song. Uh, Maybe Caramel Dancing. If you've ever heard of that, if you've ever heard of that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's in my gym playlist.
Nice. And how do you take your tea?
How do I take my? Oh, that's a very good question. Um, so a dash of milk and two sugars. It's the best way
Nice.
possible.
Right on.
I know some people who don't even have milk or sugars, but I just think to have the perfect tea, you need a little bit of sugar in there, and you need a little bit of milk.
Yep. I'm a triple guy myself.
Triple, triple. Okay, okay. So that's a lot of milk and a lot of sugar, but
It is,
I,
yeah. But it keeps
I
me
definitely
going.
think, yeah, I definitely think if I was having a bad day, I would definitely do that because I love sugar. I need to stay away from sugar.
But thank you, Callaghan. This has been fun.
Yeah, man. If you've got any more questions, shoot. I have a lot of answers to give. Hopefully.
Oh, I know. How do
Uh,
you
Cool.
how do you deal with like do you ever get any cravings for stuff from over home, like the curry sauce or
So truthfully, I really, I really miss the chocolate. It's definitely
yeah.
the chocolate. The chocolate is
But
very different over here, and
oh, it's horrible. The Cadbury's in England is much nicer.
oh yeah, like 100%, 100%, like 10 times better. Um, I really, I really miss Cadbury's twirls, and I know that you get them here now, but like they're not always easy to find. Like,
Yeah.
like you can't just walk into a random store and get a twirl bar. Um, and caramel, we have caramel twirls, twirl whites.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, I definitely miss the chocolate. Like Whisper was a good one. Whisper Gold, Whisper Hazelnut.
Yeah.
Um, Trying to think what else. The only
Not
thing, like,
a good old 99 flake is good too.
yes, yes, flakes. I have seen flakes here. Um, they in the Walmart near me, they have like a little goodie bag, and you can get little mini flakes inside them in the
That's cool.
Walmarts.
That's cool.
Hmm. Trying to think what else. One of the biggest differences that I noticed over here, all day breakfast at McDonald's. That was never a thing in the UK. Um, and I'll be honest, I've always put, and this might upset people, but I've always preferred breakfast at McDonald's to the main menu.
Yeah.
100%,
Yeah, their pancakes
100%.
are good.
Yes, yeah, the pancakes are good, but so are the wraps as well. Like they've got like a breakfast wrap.
Yeah.
And it's like my go-to. It's like my safety net. Um, but what I really like here is if I ever go for like a night out or if I have a chill night in, I can get a triple sausage and egg McMuffin for my dinner. And
Yeah.
there's just something good about doing that. Like it's just nice knowing I'm allowed to do that. Like that's
Yeah.
a thing that I can do.
You can cheat the whole day and just grab a breakfast wrap whenever you want it.
Yes, yes, because I am a breakfast for dinner type of guy. I always
I
have
hate
been.
that. So am I. I like my bacon in at night too.
Yes, yes, I love a good bacon sarnie. Um,
Exactly. Yes.
and I'll be honest. So I think over here, I prefer I prefer the bacon. I think bacon in Canada is superior.
Really?
Um, but I think in the UK and Europe, sausage and eggs win every time. I think
Yeah.
European sausage and like breakfast sausage is 10 times better than Canadian sausage.
I know you don't like it, but black pudding is fucking great.
I am never fucking doing that, bro.
I miss it
That's
so much.
Mate, that's some black magic voodoo shit, is that? Like it's not for me. Never has been for me.
Have you had haggis?
That's also black magic.
Yeah, yeah.
Awful shit. I'm telling you, bro. Never for me.
Oh, can I ask you? Just because I saw you, I think you downloaded the Elder Scrolls or Oblivion.
Yes, Oblivion,
You,
yes.
you play as a Briton, or do you go crazy
Yes.
and picking on
No,
Goni?
no. So I am I had this really weird thing in my brain where if I play an Elder Scrolls game or any type of fantasy game, I have to be a human. I have to play as a human or something. Um, just because I'll be honest, I'm a huge nerd and I get too into like RPG games and I like to put myself in my character's shoes. Um, so I
Yeah,
always try to make the character look like me as much as I can.
that's cool.
Um, so yeah, that is a fun fact. I don't really share it, but like when I play things like Skyrim, in Skyrim, the only two races I've ever, and I've played Skyrim since I was 12 years old, so 13
Yeah.
years worth of playing this game. I've only ever played as an Imperial or a Breton. Never played as
Oh
anything
man,
else, ever, ever.
that's crazy.
I don't know. There's just something weird to me about running around as a cat with claws and punching people. Like, I
Yeah,
understand why people do it. Like, I'll never knock anyone for doing it. But just for me, in my brain personally, because I take it too serious and I like to live in
yeah,
the world myself. When I'm invested in it, I have to
yeah.
play as somebody who looks like me to like get the experience of it.
I get that. That's just funny
Same on
though.
same on Fallout as well. Like when I play Fallout, I always try and make the character look exactly like me. Um, the only thing that I don't do on my characters in those games is I've been wearing glasses now for 5 years, but I never put any glasses on any of my characters ever.
No, eh?
It's just weird.
You're,
I'm very
how
strange like that.
how is your vision?
Pretty good.
Like, how do you
When I
see
say
without your glasses?
oh, I can see without them. They just help me from like they
Oh,
just
close
make it
up.
a bit more clear for me. Like so many people assume that I wear contacts when I'm wrestling, um, and I never have. I've never worn contacts. I just take them off like an hour before I wrestle, and then my eyes are fine. Like I just need a bit of time to adjust, just get used to the blurriness, and then it eventually clears up, and then I'm good to go.
Yeah,
Um, I think I've got like a catalyst in one of my eyes or something. I think when I last went to get checked. Um, So I'm not legally blind and I don't legally need them, but they just help me see better. And like when I'm playing games, they also take the stress off my eyes because I've got like a blue light filter in them as well.
right.
So yeah, I don't need them, but they definitely make my life so much easier every day.
That's good. Cause yeah, me myself, I'm legally blind. Lucky me.
Yeah,
I only see with the one eye, so I can't shave my face. It's really hard when you only see
yes,
one side of your face.
yeah,
So I have to pay to get it trimmed.
yeah.
But
I get someone to do mine as well. Like I don't even shave my own face sometimes. I'd rather somebody do it for me.
oh, I know
Trusted.
what to ask you. What's your Mount Rushmore of wrestling? You got five people.
Oh,
Five,
five. I'm five.
five.
Right. Okay. Um. Oh my God. So Undertaker has to be on there, 100%.
Yeah,
Chris Jericho has to be on there because I'll be honest. I think Chris Jericho has been the most evolved, and he's been the most evolved character I think
yeah,
since he debuted.
yeah. You look at him
Um.
every decade. He's one of
He's
the main stars.
yes, yes, 100%, 100%, and he's always just been a guy who can adjust and just make himself relevant again.
Yep.
Um, my favorite period of Chris Jericho was him having the list to then going to win the IC title in New Japan.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he just did that and went and did it, and it was just so out of the blue, and nobody saw it coming. He just did. He debuted at New Japan, won the IC title, and then he became the first. Wasn't he the first AEW champion as well?
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, and that was when I was watching AEW religiously when it first came out.
Yeah.
Um, and just those last few years of Chris Jericho were my favorite of his career, and I just think he has to be on there. And to me, he's a good example of you always need to evolve
Yeah.
when you're in the wrestling world. Stuff needs to change. You can't keep doing the same thing forever.
Yeah.
Um, So them two are definitely on there. Third, AJ Styles is on
Yeah.
there. AJ Styles for me, he is. I don't want to say he's the best indie wrestler of all time. I just think when it comes to everything, like in the
Mm.
ring, he he was just he's perfect.
Yeah.
He's perfect. He's like if you built a perfect, successful indie wrestler who got signed.
Yeah.
Um,
That's him.
but
Or Kevin Steen.
he's yes, it's definitely a big struggle to like pick between those two. But I think everyone can agree that AJ Styles at one point was the best wrestler in the world at one
Yeah.
point. Uh, this way gets tricky now because I wanna have a bit of everyone in there, like people who I think deserve to be in there. Um, End of the day, John Cena has to be in there. Biggest babyface of all time.
Oh man.
17-time world champion.
Jesus.
Five-time US champion. Yeah, five-time US champion. Multi-time tag team champion. Um, Won the Rumble twice. Money in the Bank winner. He is the epitome of he is WWE at this point.
Yeah.
Um, like he is Mr. WWE and he's Mr. Babyface. Obviously
He's
not anymore. He's a heel again, but
he's this generation's Ric Flair.
yes, yes. And I think I'll get a lot of hate for me putting him above Ric Flair, but John Cena was my childhood. Like he was my childhood. Um, and he was definitely somebody who I think should be looked at as probably the greatest of all time when it comes to it. He he is so many people will never realize this, but John Cena is in fact the perfect indie wrestler possible. He's got 5 moves.
Yeah.
He knows how to get a crowd going,
Yeah.
and his matches are easy. All of his matches are easy. And indie wrestling, in my opinion, you don't need 50 moves. Just have your 5 moves of doom.
Yeah.
You get a reaction from the crowd, and that's all you need. It's all
Yep.
you need.
If you can
And
do the basics well.
like you will never see John Cena doing a Canadian Destroyer, and I'm so
No.
glad because I have never hated a move more in pro. Like it used to be a really fun move to watch, and it's
For
just
me, it's a super kick. Super kicks are overused.
I don't think I think the only time I'd ever hit a super kick was 3 years ago in a tag team match, and it was the finish because it was the guy's finisher. So we
Yeah.
did a double super kick. Um, yeah, so I definitely think the Canadian Destroyer is the most overused move. Same as the super kick, and what I'm sick of seeing is people hitting like 2 of them in a match, and they kick out like it's nothing.
Yep.
Like if you're taking a Canadian Destroyer off the top rope and you're kicking out, then
It reminds me of Johnny Storm versus Jody Fleisch. They're these two British guys, but
yeah, yeah,
they're cruiserweights. They always used to do insane shit. Jody Fleisch used to do a 720 DDT. Just things that make your head explode.
but like these should be finishers, though, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see you hit a 720 frog splash and then the guy kick out at 1 because
No.
you see it all the time on the indie scene, and
See, but
I'll never.
I want to see submissions being worked. Like
Yes, yes,
work a headlock for a good 5 minutes. I don't care.
yes.
I'll watch intently.
But in my opinion, the reason why I don't do that is because I have suggested doing that. There's a lot of fans here who don't look at it like that.
No.
Um, the fans here are very different to Europe,
Yeah.
whereas in Europe you could do a 15-minute technical match and people would love it. Over here they'd get bored,
Yeah, they would.
and I think you need to have that ability to turn it on the fly. If they're not feeling it, then you need to turn it.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm kind of debating doing a match like that again soon, but I think I need the right crowd because uh, Hundo P, me and him sometimes, like when we're at shows and we have a bit of free time, we get in the ring and we just work in the ring for about 20 minutes. We just do tech for like 20 minutes.
That'd be
Um,
fascinating to see.
Honestly, like if I can ever get you in just to watch, because I know you're the only one and some other veteran wrestlers who I know enjoy that type of stuff. There's even some
Mhm.
veteran wrestlers in the Ontario scene who can't even do tech because they just don't want to do it because they think it's boring.
Yeah, it's
Um, tech for me is super important. Um, what I've started doing in my matches now to try and make it a bit more for crowds is I like to put strikes into my tech to
yeah.
make it look a bit more like it's doing more and that I'm
You're,
doing something different.
you should use European uppercuts.
Yes, and then back into a headlock.
Yeah, but they show much more power, and then you can do stuff with after like you said, put him in a headlock, punch his head or something.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people get bored with tech here is because there's not many big wrestling fans over here, like in
Yeah,
Ontario, and especially indie wrestlers, like indie wrestling.
yeah.
Um, Most indie wrestling fans now, uh, people who are either related to the wrestlers and just come to support them, or people who've never seen wrestling before.
Yeah.
Um, and I agree that you should be good enough to teach the crowd what's going on, but I feel like
Mhm.
there's only so much you can do as well. Like I've seen so many brilliant matches here that crowds haven't reacted to, and sometimes it is quite sad to see sometimes because you see these two guys going out there killing each other for it, but the
Yeah.
fans just don't care. Like some fans just don't care. Um, and my goal in wrestling, especially here, is just to introduce to them that tech isn't boring. Like it shouldn't be boring.
I agree.
Um, because I love tech. I love doing tech, and I know I can over like the last few years, I've definitely come around with getting better with it. Um, like I say, me and Hundo, anytime we just lock up for a good 15 minutes and we just do some tech.
That's cool.
My coach CJ Banks, he's got a big he's got like a big library of videos on his old Instagram. He doesn't have access
Okay.
to it anymore, but I still go onto it and I watch all of his techers and I get all of his inspirations and ideas.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
Um,
him up.
yeah, definitely look him up on Instagram. He doesn't really use social media anymore for his character.
Okay.
Um, but I could probably send you one of his Facebook posts if you ever want to watch his stuff.
Yeah, man. Do.
Um, and to watch videos, watch Shading Actress. I mentioned him earlier.
Okay.
He's a mentor of mine. He's in the UK. He's like one of those guys like who has wrestled everyone you can think of. Like on his YouTube page, like he's wrestled Ricochet, Paul London, people who are signed, people who are retired now. Like he's got a huge library, and you'll also find a couple of my early day matches with him on there as well. Um, I'm trying to think who else. Watch watch Philip Michael. He's just a bit older than me. Um, Philip Michael on Instagram. Um,
Okay.
he oh Rui, he would be like he's like your dream British wrestler if you could have one right now. Like
It would be
that is him.
ZSJ. Zack Sabre Jr. is pretty much a dream.
Go watch Philip Michael.
Philip
Go
Michael?
watch Philip Michael. Yeah, Philip
Oh, well.
Michaels. Yeah.
Or send it to me when this is done.
Yes. Yes. And then for my last Mount Rushmore,
Yes.
oh my God, I don't know because I've given you four. You know what? I don't want to be that guy and say somebody who's like a high flyer. Um, oh God, this is so hard. Like, this isn't
Honestly,
going to be the guy who's.
I'll give you
Go on.
five World of Sport guys.
Okay.
Fit Finley,
Oh
Marty
yes, Fit Finley.
Mar-
Yes.
Marty Jones,
Yeah.
Johnny Saint,
Yeah.
Mark Rocco,
Yeah.
and I won't say Big Daddy because I don't like him. Sammy Lee was an asshole, and I'll give the Haystacks because he went to Japan.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's a fair
He
list.
he knew about ring psychology. He was good.
I think for my last person, I am going to give you Daniel Bryan. I think.
That's a strong pick. He's good. The American Dragon.
Yes. Um, who's your actually? It's like who's your favorite current day wrestler? Like just like on any brand,
Current
like as
day?
of right now. Yeah.
Shit, man. I'd have to. I really like Gunther because I've watched him on the indie scene in England before.
Yeah.
So he's fought that hard British style, and he's basically just a big guy, right? He just power bombs you or chops the hell out of you. So that's
I
always
think.
fun to watch.
I think for me right now. Um, oh, what's his name? Uh, I'm really enjoy. Like I don't watch AEW at all, but
No, I don't ever.
but I think Hangman Adam Page has the absolute look of an absolute superstar.
I can't.
Like
I
I
can't get.
wish,
He's the
huh?
one guy I can't get into.
It's the thing is like I don't watch AW, but for me, it's just his look. Like
Yeah,
he would have been amazing in the nineties. Like he would have been
yeah, I'll give you that.
amazing in the nineties. Like he has the mustache, he's got the beard, he's got the hair, he's got the body for it as well. Like he
Yeah, you're right.
screams he just screams 90s star for me. And I think I don't, how tall is Adam Page?
Oh, he's got to be 6 foot.
I think if he was a little bit taller, like around Hulk Hogan's size, I actually think he would have been on that level of like star.
Yeah,
Like I know it sounds crazy to say, but I just think Adam Page he just has that look. Like when you say to a wrestling fan, or like when you speak to someone who doesn't really know what wrestling is, but
yeah,
they know what like WWE is, and they know what a wrestler would look like generically. I
yeah.
think he would be a perfect example to show someone like this is what a professional wrestler looks like.
Yep. Or Brian Danielson.
Yeah, Brian Danielson. He is definitely a. I'll be sad when he fully goes.
Yeah,
Um,
so am I.
I do wish he'd finish his career low in WWE.
I
Um,
think for the payday, he probably will.
and I think for me, so my favorite wrestler right now, and it's going to sound a bit of a shock, is uh, Goldust.
Really? Is it
Like the guy's
because
what
they gave him the strap?
I just think he's finally getting the credit he deserves as a talent. Like
Yeah,
I know he's like nearly 60 now, but I feel like he's been one of those guys who I have never disliked Goldust.
it's the
I've
same with
always loved
Terry Funk.
Goldust. Yes, yeah,
Terry Funk didn't really get his hype scene until 50s, 60s when he was doing moonsaults.
yeah. But
So a good
I think
comer.
for me with Goldust is he took a gimmick that people were gonna either absolutely hate or like he was gonna get like bullied for that or like people were
Yeah.
gonna laugh at him for it. And I think Goldust is one of the best underrated characters to ever be on the screen
Oh
ever.
yeah.
He I'm gonna say this and people will probably disagree, but I think back in the 90s when he was really hot, I think he could have been WWE champion
He
for
could
a
have
very
been
short period.
because he was controversial.
He was controversial. He was different. He wasn't afraid to do something different. And this is the same Goldust who was beating people like Undertaker on on TV. He
Yep.
beat Undertaker in I think he beat him in two matches. He beat him in a regular match, which was a shock, and then he beat him in I think it was a body bag match or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I remember watching it. But Goldust, man, like he was great, and my favorite moment with Goldust was probably when him and Cody Rhodes won the tag team titles about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Just when the Shield were like kind of, they were slowly towards turning face, the Shield at
For
that
me,
point.
I'd have to say when him and Booker T are in the 7-Eleven.
Oh my God, Booker, yeah. And then he
You want to
gives
take a bite of my wiener? You're just, oh, cringy.
or it's when they're doing the Star Wars skit and he's dressed as Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, Goldust and Booker T were such a good tag team. Um, but around that time was really fun for tag teams. Like I remember when Kane and Hurricane were a tag team.
Yeah.
Um, not including the Undertaker, who do you think Kane's best tag team partner was?
Rob Van Dam.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Just because, I don't know, they got all bases covered. If they need to, RVD can jump off Kane's back.
It's definitely a really fun like little big tag team, isn't it? Like you got the little guy and then you got the big
Yeah.
guy.
You got David
Um,
Angelman.
but I really liked him with Daniel Bryan as well.
Yeah, that was good too.
I definitely liked him with Daniel Bryan. And for me personally, what I really wanted them to do. Uh, I had this really weird idea when I was 19, and I did it. I actually did it on my the
Oh, yeah.
2K games when you can make a universe mode.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would have the legends on my active roster, but I would manually sort their storylines out myself. So for me, I put um I put Kane in NXT and I give him a tag partner. You know, like how he's always had these strange tag partners. He's had Hurricane, RVD, Daniel Bryan. He's had so many tag partners. Um, I can't remember who did I put him with? I put him with one of the kids at the time in 2018, 2019 from NXT. And I had them become a tag team and end up winning the tag team titles in NXT, but I can't remember who it was. Um, it was Leo Rush. That's it. It was Kane and Leo Rush.
Oh, wow.
I had them as a tag team in NXT. I, I, I took Leo Rush. It was around when Leo Rush was the manager for Bobby Lashley,
Yeah.
and he was DLC in the 2K game, and I got it, and I put him and Kane as a tag team. Um, I can't remember what like tag team name I gave them. I think it was called like Hype Hellboys or something like that.
That's
Um,
funny.
and I had them as a tag team, and then I had Undertaker managing the Ascension, and I had that as like a rivalry as well, which was really cool to do. Um, because then it eventually ended up as like a singles match between Undertaker and Kane in NXT.
Yeah.
Because Undertaker would cost, I remember it now. I had Undertaker cost Kane and Leo Rush the tag belts, and the Ascension won them because Undertaker was managing them. And then we had an Extreme Rules match on NXT Takeover.
That's nice. It's like when I play my Fire Pro Wrestling, I'll usually put Cason Riley and fucking that Kyle against any plethora of teams that I've made, like fucking the intergalactic crooners, and see what happens. Sim it out with the computers. Make the
See,
difficulty 10.
I definitely enjoy working with Kyle. Kyle's,
You do well. It's
I'll
a
say
nice mix.
this, I'll say this now. Kyle is one of the most underrated, unappreciated technical wrestlers, and you know what? Everyone thinks because he's a deathmatch wrestler that he can't bump, he
No,
can't sell,
see,
that he can't do anything.
I know. I've asked him that before too. Like, can you do catch? Because you've been doing this for over 10 years. You must be able to. And he's like, yeah, I can do catch.
Kyle,
He'll
and you
pop
know
it out.
what? I will die on this hill for him, and I will tell him every time that I see him that Kyle is a really good professional wrestler, not just a
He is.
deathmatch wrestler, because he's amazing at deathmatch as well, and I'll always think he's a mad bastard for doing it.
He is. He's
But
versatile.
but he I don't know, man. People are very, very harsh on him. And I do get a bit pissed off when I see it because I've worked Kyle now 3, 4 times and
Yeah.
he's been one of the funnest guys that I've worked with. I really don't think he's definitely a lot more than what people say about him.
Yeah.
Um, I've always had fun working with Kyle. Um, he's a good opponent. He's a good, you know what? He's also good at announcing and being a manager as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's definitely an underrated performer, and I wish people give him more credit for the stuff he can do because he is such a good guy as well. Like even the person behind the character,
Yeah.
he's the same essentially. He's the same guy. Like he'd do anything for anyone.
Oh, I know.
Um,
His
and he's a
gimmick is
sweet
just
guy.
it's his personality dialed up to 10. So like he's
I
the perfect guy.
I watched him. One of my favorite moments with him, not including the one that I had with him when we became a team.
Yeah,
Because were you there for the death match I had with Kyle?
I was. Yes.
Yes, yes, and that selfishly is my favorite moment of him with me because that was my first ever time doing a death match,
Yeah.
and he looked after me all the way through.
Yeah.
Um,
You did good.
but as his friend, watching him defend the
Little on the floor.
yes, the blood on the fur, frantic against Neil Diamond Cutter.
Yeah.
Wow, like there's a reason why they call it a shitstorm,
Yeah.
and it was. If you don't like professional wrestling, I understand why you'd probably enjoy this more, like the deathmatch stuff, because it's just two guys kicking the fuck out of each other and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but like I fully understand if people didn't enjoy it. Um, but I was blown away. I was never really a deathmatch guy until I met Kyle.
Yeah.
Um, but this match it was messy, but it was for the match that it was meant to be. It was amazing, and seeing how much it meant to Kyle because he
Yeah.
was really emotional after, and seeing what it meant to him after. It was just nice to see him because you could tell he takes so much pride in wrestling. But
Yeah.
I know deep down he takes more pride in deathmatch wrestling because that's his thing, and I understand that. But watching him be emotional when Neil shook his hand after the match and said, like,
This is
this
your
match
man.
is yours now. Yes,
Yeah.
it was so nice to see because
It's paying homage.
he yes, and he loves this. Like he loves this like we all do in different ways, but deathmatch wrestling is his world, it's his thing.
Yeah.
And just getting to see him be happy and earn that
Right now.
respect of a guy who's big in deathmatch wrestling, it was
Yeah.
just nice. Like he definitely earned it.
Right now he's like Canada's Mick Foley. Like
Oh
he's
yeah.
our answer to deathmatch wrestling.
I just don't want him to lose any ears or anything like that. He's
Yeah, I
got a
don't
pretty
want to see
face as
that
Kyle.
either. I could see that happening though.
I hope not, because his wife will probably kill him, and so will
Yeah,
I.
yeah, she would.
Um, but since we've become a team, we've definitely been each other's biggest supporters recently.
That's good.
I'm gonna try and make some shows that he's on. Just if I can make it, then I will. Um, but no, I definitely try to support through social media, and he's definitely killing it right now. Like he's definitely one of the biggest people on the scene who should be given his flowers.
Yeah.
100%.
By the way, what's this Cason's corner or tea time of Cason?
Aha, so I have just bought some equipment.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm going to be doing like interviews, but like they'll be like 45 to an hour, but they'll be recorded in person. So like I'll hook a Bluetooth microphone, like it'll
Yeah.
go into my phone. Then you get these little microphones, and then we're going to talk into them. Um, but it's gonna be out of character because I want people just to relax and stuff and just talk
Yeah.
about their life.
Yeah.
Um, Cason's Corner is essentially just going to be me talking shit with whoever my guest is for an hour.
Sounds like fun.
So like the aim is to do it in person as well.
Yeah.
But I also want to do like mini things like 60 seconds with Kason where I ask my guest questions within 60 seconds, but
Yeah.
like they can't go into detail. They have to give me like a one word answer,
Yeah.
and then
Shoot
we,
fire.
and yeah, shoot five questions. Um, I definitely think over like the next couple of years, I want to grow my social media brand more to what it is now. Because I kind of slowed down on it last couple of months, but I'm slowly getting back into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think I've got some very exciting things in the plans coming up soon, and
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Sounds interesting.
And I'd love to have you on a guest. I'd love to have you on as a guest as well for an hour.
I'd love to have be on there. Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, we can definitely do a lot more talking there, which will
Okay,
be fun.
mate. Thank you for joining me today. I'm sorry for, I guess, going over time with him, man. I
Oh
feel bad.
man, honestly, no. Like I was only asking earlier just so I knew because then like I knew I'd get carried away, so I didn't want to take any of your time. It wasn't my time. It was more about taking away from time from you.
Sorry,
But
Cason, you're Callahan. You're got Callaghan. Sorry. It's my fucking teeth. My teeth, they affect my speech, and it's horrible. Callaghan, you're the subject, so you're the encompassing role that this whole show is about. It's all about you.
thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You're important,
Yeah,
and you should know it.
thank you, bro. And you are too. Like I really appreciate all the footage and all the photos and
That's
all
something
the
that might
little knowledge that you come with.
that's something that
It's
might be
definitely
coming to
great.
an end. I mean, it may not be able to like fan cam at shows anymore. I think Roy's getting pissed off about it. Um, so me filming the matches at shows and then uploading like highlights of you guys pulling off your moves or something. I don't know if I can do that.
Um, I probably better like so. The only advice I'll give you is to ask the promoter first.
Yeah,
Um, just ask the promoter, but they might say something like you can record it, but don't post a full match.
yeah,
Um, like for me personally, like if it makes you feel more comfortable for my stuff, you're more than welcome to record. You can send it to me. Then I can just chop up clips and post them, and then I can tag you in them. I don't
yeah.
see that being a problem.
Right.
Um, but I know some promoters because there was a promoter in the UK who had to tell fans to stop recording full matches because they had a like a TV deal, and the
So
TV deal people saw people
it's
were
the pro
posting matches for
wrestling
free.
business, right? So it's not.
Yeah, yeah,
I understand it completely. I don't want to ruin the results of what could be an issue. You know what I mean?
yeah. And I think like I honestly think in wrestling you've been one of the best people that I've met. Like you're one of the nicest guys. I have all the time in the world for you. I've
Thank
never
you.
had a problem with stuff like that. So I do appreciate when you send me stuff because there's been so many promotions that have never sent me anything, and I understand
Yeah,
why. Like some promotions just don't send you clips because there's always like logistics and reasons. I don't really get upset over it. End of the day, a business is a business, and I'm just there to do a job. Um, but it is nice though to get some stuff here and there, just so I've got stuff for socials that I can post.
yeah,
Um, but no, I definitely appreciate everything you've done to support me and the lads. So don't ever think you've done nothing for us because you do a lot more. And honestly, just turning up to the show is enough, and just like liking and sharing the posts. So you're definitely one of the hidden gems in wrestling, is what I'll
thank you,
say.
Callaghan. That's really nice to hear.
You're welcome, bro.
You have a great night, buddy.
You too, sir, and keep in touch. Yeah.
Oh yes.
See you soon, buddy.